Hi Leo, welcome to your new moon and Aries reading. And the first two cards out for you were course, void of course, moon missing, and Mercury mind. So with this is definitely giving me the feeling with this missing card that there is an emotional blockage within you. You just feel emotionally unfulfilled, and like you just almost can't understand something or can't understand why you feel the way you feel, or you're really trying to gain that clarity. And it's you're definitely thinking about it a lot. You may also be thinking about a conversation you recently had, or some past conversations, or something that you need to talk about, or you're just very much so in your head thinking about something, which I wouldn't say is not like a Leo, but a Leo is kind of centered and fueled by their passion, right? So being so stuck in the mind is definitely something that could keep them halted and stuck and stagnant. And I definitely feel like this is talking about there's some type of communication and expression that you need to have in order for you to figure out what's going on with you emotionally. But with the Void of Course Moon card also indicates is that it is not always necessarily a time of action or moving forward, but a time for reflection and figuring out what is going on within us. And I think what that has to do with is with this next card, which is South Node, Life Depths, and Water Element Sensing. So it's past situations, past behaviors that are definitely contributing to this feeling of unfulfillment right now. So whether it's the things that you did in the past, the things that you experienced in the past, and people done to you, you're definitely in your emotions about it with this water element. But you sense and you're aware that it's there, that it needs to be addressed in order for you to be able to successfully and healthily move on. But it's just about you being able to get out of that Leo stubbornness that could be there sometimes, where you're very strong-willed and push and moving forward. Um, this time, this isolation that we're experiencing is definitely causing us to have to reflect and retract and deal with some things that we were so easily to avoid when we were up and about and moving. And the next two cards out for you were completion and communication. So definitely this completion card is talking about completing that karma, completing those issues, completing that past pain by addressing it, becoming aware of it, and you do that by communicating. So having some conversations that need to be had, or just talking with yourself, or talking with a friend, or talking with a therapist, someone who you could really get your feelings and your thoughts out and become much more clear about where you are and how you're feeling and why you aren't able to either get and have been getting the things that you really do want, or why you just feel a lack of, in a sense, motivation to go after certain things. um Becoming aware of your internal mental workings is what's going to help you be able to move forward, like I said, in that much more clear way. So Aries season for you is definitely about you being able to move forward and get out of that stagnancy. Leos are a fixed sign, so they could get really fixated on things that happen to them and just be really fixated on a goal or a purpose or a way of life that just doesn't fit them anymore. And you need to be able to accept that and become aware of that. And even if it's not necessarily changing the goal, but changing how you're going about doing it, and your immense attachment to it is what's going to be very helpful for you. Yeah, accepting the truth for what it is. And it could be, it doesn't even have to be something so traumatic. It could be something as simple as something that you identified as for so long, and you're just now feeling like, oh, maybe I should really address, this false identity, this false sense of self that I feel, or and become more aware of where I would like to go, and what I really am, and what really reflects my authenticity better to me, instead of trying to like fit yourself into a mold, into a box, into a label that just doesn't fit you. Okay, and then the next two cards out for you were isolation and tuning in. So again, this time right now and during this time of isolation that we're all going through is definitely making you have to deal with those internal feelings. You may just feel, again, very emotional, very cold, very blocked, very isolated yourself. And this is saying that it's a really good time for you to really just tune in, and instead of letting those thoughts and those feelings overtake you and overwhelm you to the point where you can't really pay attention, just be able to observe them, just like she's doing in this card. Just, the voices and the spirits are all around her telling her, everything, but she's able to keep her balance in her center, be observed and not attached to any of those thoughts and those beliefs and those feelings. And through doing that, she's able to be clear about what is influencing her and able to move forward in a better way. And then you have completion again in Lovers. So it's talking about once you do that, again, once you have that conversation, once you really tap in to self, you're able to get to this point of completion. You're able to figure out what that missing piece was, that was making it difficult for you to accomplish certain things in your life, and and just feel a sense of inspiration to move forward with anything. And the Lovers card, once you do that, you're able to connect. If it is a relationship that you're looking for, you're able to find and connect with people much better in a way that is more authentic for the both of you, and move forward with that. If it's just something that you're really in love with or passionate about, you'll be able to move forward with much more clarity and much more passion, once you just really just get out of your own way and figure the things out that you need to. Okay? And then the last two cards that you got were the Seven of Pentacles, failure, and the Five of Cups, disappointment. So yes, there's a sense of failure and disappointment that you are feeling. Those are like kind of the base emotions that are within. Those are those feelings that you need to address in order for you to be fully able to move on in this Aries season. Failure can do with maybe something that you wanted to accomplish that just didn't go your way. You may be feeling like a failure to someone else who were judging you in that way. And then this Five of Cups is just disappointment with feeling like that, and disappointment within yourself, or feeling like you are disappointment to someone or something. Releasing those feelings. However you can. That could be through meditation. That could be through just a good shower, just a good self-reflection. Again, really, I think for you, communication will be a really big thing for you to release that. And then really being able to move on. Call a spade, call it for what it is, instead of trying to gloss it up and polish it up like a Leo does, and kind of just glossing it over and focusing on the more, superficial things. Focus on these things right now that are really holding you back, so you're able to move forward in a way that is best for you. Alright, Leo. So I really hope that resonates with you. Let me know in the comment section if it does. And also if you want a personal reading, you can check down in my description, and I have a link to my Etsy shop where I offer personal birth chart readings and personal tarot readings as well. You can purchase one of those if you need more insight. And with nothing more to say, thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you nothing but love, health, and wealth, and I'll talk to you later.